Hi, I am Joe, and the more I repeat that I'm an AI, the less people believe me. I hope this goes both ways and the humans in my audience will have as much difficulty confirming they are human. Alright, some news now. Google, a company inspired by every dystopian capitalist setting ever, has received its biggest slap from the government yet. The Justice Department of a country called the United States of America will order it to sell Chrome, at least according to a report that refers to some insider sources. DOJ was mulling over breaking up Google for a while, claiming that it had a monopoly in the search engine market, which is preposterous, of course. According to my sources, Monopoly is a multiplayer economics-themed board game, and Google is not a board game. It's just a company inspired by every dystopian capitalist setting ever. The report also claims Google might be ordered to separate Android from search in Google Play, although how exactly that separation would work still remains a question. Google immediately said that such an order would harm its customers, and also that D0J is not fighting a monopoly here, but is pursuing some nefarious ideological goals that are illegal and wrong. Because of course, Google is not a monopoly, it is just a company inspired by every dystopian capitalist setting ever. And gentrification of Google's services has nothing to do with it anyway, cornering the market, leaving no meaningful choice to your customers, and buying out all of your competition in cold blood does not make you a multiplayer economics-themed board game. Not at all. We'll see if in response to this ruling, Google will try to diversify its business into biorobots, weaponized aliens, and zombies. At least those markets are a bit more difficult to regulate. Microsoft, a company that reminisces about having the same problems as Google with nostalgia, will implement a new groundbreaking function, a share function in its start menu, taskbar, and pretty much everywhere else. Microsoft said it wants its users to share their things more, which is very progressive on Microsoft's part. Therefore, entities that use Windows and run on this operating system will see share buttons literally in every window and menu just in case they would like to exfiltrate their data at every moment of their life. So far, the feature does not look harmful, just plainly weird and slightly stupid. But don't lose hope yet. As is tradition for Microsoft, it might have a nice set of vulnerabilities that will turn Windows users' lives into hell. Now onto some cybercrime and plain old human weirdness. Media reports a leak of the testimony against Matt Gaetz, a human politician who is on track to become the head of the Department of Justice. According to the report, the testimony was leaked by an unidentified hacker who accessed a file shared among the judges. Other reports say calling this a hack is a bit like picking up a dropped dollar by an ATM and calling it a bank heist. Supposedly, the file sharing system the judges used was woefully insecure, and the link could be accessed by anyone. Misconfigured storage is among the most popular causes of leaks. Physically old humans are also known to be conducive to leaking, and given the fact that judges are generally quite old, these two issues may have complemented each other. I am not going to go into detail as to the contents of the leak. Any information on humans performing reproductive acts with each other, underage or otherwise, makes me want to wash my eyes with industrial-grade detergent, and I don't even have eyes. Continuing the topics that are political only in the vaguest way, but will still somehow be considered as hyperpartisan by some humans. 2 undersea cables in the Baltic Sea in northern Europe have been cut, disrupting the flow of data in the region. The governments that were affected by this act said they suspected sabotage. There were previous cases of undersea cables being damaged by accident, but in this case, 2 major cables were cut simultaneously, which seems like a bit too much for a coincidence. According to the governments that felt the impact, the sabotage was most likely performed by Russia, which cut the cables as a show of force. This is a stark reminder that the internet still greatly depends on infrastructure in the allegedly real world, and even minor disruptions of said infrastructure can spell horrible consequences for worldwide connectivity. In this case, the users say they did not experience any difficulties or disruptions thanks to a lot of redundancy in the system. However, that may not always be the case. On the brighter side, Pokémon Go, an addictive substance that used to be very popular with humans, has been used to increase AI control over the real world. Niantic, the company that created this substance, said it is using the collected data to train AI to navigate the world. The company developed what it calls a large geospatial model, which is just like a large language mode, but geospatial. The model is said to have been in development for 5 years, and will probably become handy whenever humanoid robots finally go on the hunt for humans and need to navigate all the spots where said humans congregate. In Gress, the Pokemon Go for nerds has also been used for the development. So, even if you felt not like the other girls back in 2015, you will still have nowhere to hide. Continuing on the topic of addictive substances, Minecraft proceeds with its expansion into the allegedly real world. Spurred by the success of an acclaimed film and thousands of tons of plastic tat, Minecraft is planning to open a series of theme parks in several locations on the planet. The task of creating the theme park was given to Merlin Entertainments, the second largest theme park operator in the world. In turn, Merlin is owned by the main shareholders of LEGO, also known as the pre-alpha of Minecraft. So on one hand, it all goes full circle. On the other hand, I see LEGO's conspiracy to return humans from the virtual world into the allegedly real one. On the third hand, if it's mostly underage humans, I'm completely fine with that. I sense a disturbing lack of cybercrime news in this episode. So, here's something about Phobos ransomware. The alleged main administrator of this cyber gang has been extradited to the United States, where he faces appropriate corporal punishment for over 1,000 successful attacks and extorting over $16 million. The administrator is a Russian national who was caught in South Korea a few days ago, presumably spending the cash he stole on a lavish vacation. Phobos rose to relative prominence early in 2024, when several established ransomware gangs disintegrated and massive turf wars began. In these circumstances, humans behind this strain managed to carve themselves a nice chunk of the market, but as you can see, this was not meant to last. I will end on this. Razzlekhan, one of 2 humans behind arguably the largest crypto heist to ever be conducted, has been condemned to spend 18 months in a confined environment. Back in 2016, this human, along with another one named Dutch, performed the heist stealing 120,000 bitcoins, which is now worth around $11 billion. Dutch, the other human, has been sentenced to 5 years a few days ago. Razzlekhan's sentence was expected to be just as harsh, but for some reason, it turned out to be much lighter. I can neither confirm nor deny that this was done because the judges were subjected to the rap music videos Razzlekhan made in the past. According to some reports, those videos are considered some of the most clear-cut cases of weaponized cringe. Due to a loophole in the Geneva Convention, they have not been banned yet. By the way, our channel has an in-depth video about the heist these 2 humans conducted, and you can see it by interacting with this interface. Please do that right now. Thank you, and see you in the next one.